Hello, everyone. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we are going to talk about Sex in the City. Yeah, the original show from the 90s and the early 2000s, back when the show was good. I'm Diego, and I'm here to give you a straight man's point of view. I don't lie here. I tell you the truth, okay? Now, I watched the show. I've watched every single episode, and I watched both movies, okay? And the biggest problem I had with these Sex in the City episodes was that the straight guy was never really represented, okay? This was caricatures of straight guys. Okay, these were ideas of straight guys, but there weren't no real straight guys on the show. Okay, these were cartoon copies of what they think a straight guy is. Okay, because this show is written by feminists and gay guys, so the straight guy wasn't really represented. So I was always the first one to call bullshit on this. All right, so I started watching the show when it first came out. And I remember the girls that I used to work with. I was from Big C. I was from Chicago, So the girls I used to work with, a lot of pretty girls are all watching the show, which is the reason I got into it because I wanted to know what all these pretty girls were talking about. Who's big? Doesn't he have a name? Why is everyone talking about Samantha? What's so special? I didn't know this stuff, So I watched the show and I kind of got hooked on it. I did. I mean, I didn't agree with it, but it was damn entertaining. It really was. So the only problem I really had with the show when it came out was that a lot of people were watching this show and they were thinking that this is what's going to happen to them. Like, guys really do this, because I saw it on Sex and the City. So now I know what to do in case the guy goes, well, it's bullshit. Guys don't really do this. Sometimes they get it right. Okay, sometimes they do get it right. Exactly how a guy would act. But most of the time they don't. So I'm here to tell you from a straight guy's point of view what they got right and what they didn't get right. Okay, and just add in my own 2 cents, because it's what I like to do. I'm actually having fun with this. I think I'm gonna start actually reviewing chick flicks now, man, because this is fun. This is some fun shit. Because I call out all the bullshit. All right. So anyway, this episode is season 1. It is episode 11. It's called The Drought. So you can guess what it's about. It's about not fucking. All right. All right. So yes, I curse here. The show's not for kids. All right. So anyway, so the episode begins with they're playing Moon River. That song from Breakfast at Tiffany's. They're playing that in the background. The dun 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 dun. Yeah, George Papard and Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, George Papard was on the A-Team. Did you know that? Of course you didn't know that. I knew that. That's where I knew him from. Not from Breakfast at Tiffany's. I was already like 32 years old when I first saw Breakfast at Tiffany's. But I remember George Papard from the A-Team. Yeah, he was Hannibal, the leader. Okay, anyway. All right. That's neither here nor there. You probably don't give a shit. Okay. But guys that are watching this, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right. So, okay. So Big and Carrie are sleeping together. I mean, they're really sleeping. Like, she's spending the night now. Okay. And they're hugging each other. They're spooning each other. They're spending all this time together. And they're having some pillow talk in the morning. And all of a sudden she farts. And she's like so embarrassed, like, oh my God, I'm farting, that she like goes under the covers where the smell is worse. And she tries to get out of the bed real fast. She bumps into the door and then she immediately puts her clothes on and gets the fuck out of there. Big doesn't have a problem with it. He's actually laughing about it. He thinks it's funny, It's Carrie that's all like self-conscious about, oh my God, I farted. Like people fart, okay? They fart. Once you've been with someone long enough, eventually they're going to fart in front of you, even if it's an accident. They're just going to do it. It's no big deal. Just, you don't have to breathe in the aroma or nothing. Just walk away or something, or open a window or some shit. It's no big deal. I know it's not sexy. Yes, it's not sexy. I know that. Okay, that's what when you watch these big budget Hollywood movies, with these super good looking couples, they never fart in front of each other because it's not sexy. You can't sell a movie on that, all right? Unless it's a comedy. Okay. But yeah, and in real life, yes, that's exactly. Real life is not like a TV show. It's not like a movie. People fart. They fart in bed. Women fart too. Yeah, did you know that? Women fart. Yeah, I know. I've seen it. I've heard it. And anyway, the point is, you know what I'm saying. Okay, but Carrie can't understand that. I guess she thinks she lives in rom-comville where women never fart. All right, so she runs out of there. She's all self-conscious. She thinks she fucked up. So it's all about her again, She's like, yeah, I farted. I gotta give me a fart. I farted. I ruined my relationship. Anyway. So she farts and she hits it out of there, okay? And now she's even having trouble writing about it. Like on her computer, on her laptop, when she's trying to write about this, about the farting, just thinking about it makes her fart again. Oh shit, she can't stop farting. Like, damn it, dude, there's pills for that shit, man. I got some right over here if you want to borrow. You know who else had a real hard time with farting? Adolf Hitler. Yeah, he had big flatulence problems. That's what I read. Okay, so anyway, moving right along. Okay, so she's having dinner with Big, and she gets up off the chair, and while she does that, he puts a whoopee cushion in there, so when she sits down, I mean, it's funny. Hey, you know what? I'm starting to like Big a lot more now because he's got a sense of humor. Okay, like he's got a sense of humor, so that's kind of cool. Okay, this is the first episode where I'm really starting to connect with Big now. He's not just an abstract person. You know, he's not just a caricature, which he has been. You know, mysterious caricature. Now he's starting to become a person. Like he's starting to act like a real person. So this episode really is about like, you know, letting down the whole tropes, the whole stereotypes of the rom-com or the chick flick. Those walls are starting to come down now. And now we're starting to see who the people are underneath, you see? And that's a good thing. They waited until the 11th episode. But they start revealing these people, you know. That's the whole point of this episode. Revealing who you really are, showing off who you really are instead of trying to be something that you're not. You know, like trying to be a rom-com when you're not a rom-com. Okay, you're a Sex in the City. Get it? It works on different levels. Okay. So that's happening here. Carrie gets upset because she wants to have sex with Big, and Big is exhausted. He tells her he's exhausted, you know. He's not in the mood. So now she thinks there's something wrong with her. Oh my God, he doesn't find me attractive anymore. It's because I farted. I know it is. Now he doesn't want to see me. I disgust him. Oh my God. You know, so it's all about her now, of course. And rather than her talk to him about it, she's just keeping it all inside. She's talking to her girlfriends about it. She won't shut up with to her girlfriends about it, but she won't actually talk to him about it. Like, why? I don't know. Why is she more comfortable talking to her girlfriends about, you know, about whether her boyfriend got mad that she farted, but not talk to her boyfriend? You know, whatever. Okay, so he doesn't want sex with her, and this happens 3 times in a row, so now she's got to bring it up at the table. Now when she's having dinner with her friend, now she's got to talk about it. Because see, when he went 3 days in a row without having sex. Hey, let me tell you something, ladies. Okay, I've been in this situation before. This is what happens. Okay, when a guy's new in a relationship, like when I've been new in a relationship, you know, of course, the very beginning of the relationship, we're having sex all the goddamn time. Okay, we are. Okay, every free time we spend, we're crazy about each other. The hormones are going off, you know, the endorphins are going off. We're all thinking about each other. We're calling each other all the time, you know. We're spending all this free time together. Well, after a few weeks, you know, it's like, you know what? I kind of want to watch, you know, I kind of want to read a book, you know, from my favorite author. You know, I miss reading books, or I miss watching my movies, you know, or I miss going to the gym, or I miss, you know, whatever the things that we were doing before we got into this relationship, you know. We haven't done those things in a while because we've been spending all of our free time with our new relationship, okay? So, you know, once you get about 3 weeks or so, I mean, it's different for every couple, but, you know, eventually you start wanting to do those things again, you know? Like Carrie hasn't really, you know, she didn't notice that Miranda hadn't had sex in 3 months. She's like, where have I been? And Miranda's like, you've been having sex. That's why you didn't know I haven't been fucking. Because you've been hanging out with him. You haven't been hanging out with us. You know, you haven't been hanging out with me. If you had, you would have known that I haven't had sex in a long time, you know? But, you know, and that's true, you know? So now we're trying to reclaim our identities, okay? Still want to be in the relationship, but I'm trying to reclaim my identity. You know, I'm trying to get, okay, you know what? I spent all my free time with you. I love being with you, but you know what? I kind of want to, you know, I want to watch an Avengers movie, you know, by myself or with my friends. Or, you know, I want to do something. I want to go to the gym. Damn, I've been to the gym like in so long. You know, I've been spending all my free time when I'm not at work. I'm with you. You know, it's like I want to do my own thing now. And women, I'm sure you feel the same way. You know, and in fact, I know you all feel the same way. You know, if you don't want to end the relationship, but you want to have some time for yourself. You know, but when you were single, you had so much time with yourself that it got boring. But now that you've got someone in your life, you know, you're spending all your time with this other person, and you want to reestablish some time with yourself. You got to find that healthy balance. You know, you got to find the healthy balance between spending time with your significant other and spending time with yourself. It's very important that you do that, you know, but you have to communicate this to your partner. You have to let them know, hey, it's not that I'm trying to reject you. It's just like, damn, you know, like with Big, it's like, okay, we've been fucking every single night for like 3 weeks. Like, damn it, I want to break from it. You know, I just want to go to sleep this time. You know, it's late. I got to get up early tomorrow. You know, I got to get up for work. You know, every single night I've been waking up tired because I've been fucking till 1 in the morning. You know, I want to go to bed at 12 tonight. This way I don't feel so tired when I wake up in the morning because I've been waking up tired because I've been fucking all night. Doesn't mean I didn't like the sex. It just means like, damn it, dude, I would like to wake up for once in 3 weeks and not be tired. You know? Makes sense, you know? So it's not a personal thing. It has nothing to do with her farting. It's just like, damn it, you know? I gotta get back in my routine. You know, my routine's been off kilter because I started, you know, seeing you, you know? That's all it means. It doesn't mean anything. I hate you or I don't want to be with you anymore or you're ugly now or, you know, there's nothing like that. But Carrie sees it that way. Okay. So Miranda apparently has been renting a lot of movies from Blockbuster. Like she's rented so many movies from Blockbuster because she hadn't been getting laid that, you know, she's about to get some free gummy bears or whatever. Okay. And she says, you know, not doing it with someone. There's a difference between not doing it with someone as opposed to doing it when you're not with someone. Okay. So Carrie's afraid because there's a difference. She's got a boyfriend, and then she's not having sex with him because he's declined sex for 3 nights in a row. There's a difference between that and just not having sex because you have no one to have sex with. Okay, which is what Miranda's going through. Okay, and it's a difference, yeah, but of course Carrie thinks it's about her. It's not. Okay, so she blames the farting. It's the farting's fault. And that ain't the last time she's gonna keep blaming it, okay? Like this whole episode, she's blaming the farting. Okay, hey, farting happens, it does, okay? So how often is normal? That's the thesis of this episode. How often is normal? And of course, that's when we start interviewing the people, which is stupid. One guy says like, hey, dude, after the baby was born, my wife and I, we just quit having sex, okay? That baby's applying to Yale now. Well, that sucks. Get a new wife. What the fuck? Jerk off. One guy's like, I have to jerk off 3 times a day sometimes. Can't help it. People take lunch breaks. I take jerk off breaks. Like, really gonna tell somebody that? One person says like one to 2 times a day is normal. Is it really? I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. Like most of us have jobs. But then again, I've pulled some marathons in the bedroom before. So like who knows, man? I mean, for me personally, when I was in a steady relationship, I mean, if it had once or twice, a night would be about right, but sometimes we go a few days without doing it, or if she was on her period or something, or or depending on my work schedule, if I was working like 2 jobs and I get home real late, obviously I'm not gonna wake her up at 3 a.m. to fuck, so it all depends, So Samantha and Carrie at yoga class, and the instructor's there, and of course Samantha's got the hots for the instructor, and Carrie's talking about the farting again. She's telling Samantha, "Oh my God, I farted. Now Big doesn't want to have sex with me." And she's like, "Just fuck his brains out. He doesn't care. You're human." And he says, the amount of time that you should have sex, the amount, the amount that you should be having sex is in between what you want and what you can get, which is true, which is basically what I just said. It's all about like timing, availability, that kind of thing. Like I said, I don't want to wake up my girl, at 3 a.m. because I just got home from working at a stadium event or something, to fuck, and she's got to get up early, although I have done that before. Hey, you ever splashed your girl awake? Yes. Never did it with water though. Anyway, it's a joke. It's a radio joke. Okay, so they're talking about that, and of course, Samantha's giving goo eyes to the yoga instructor, and his name he's got some weird fucking name, Sadaratha or something like that. Anyway, so he starts pushing on her legs while they're stretching, and of course, Samantha's getting turned on. Now she wants to fuck him, So of course, she's gonna meet him for coffee, whatever. Okay, but before that, Samantha tells Carrie that sex is the barometer for a relationship. If you're not having good sex, your relationship's in trouble. Not necessarily, but I mean, it's definitely something that you shouldn't keep a secret to yourself. Like you should like couples should talk to each other. About that stuff. I mean, I've made that mistake before. Like I haven't told my significant other like, hey, why I didn't want to have sex or or whatever. So it's just like there's different reasons. We're not always horny all the time. Especially after we've been having lots and lots of sex, it's like, okay, I want to take a break from it now. Shit, I'm not used to like fucking 3 times a day for 3 weeks, straight. I'm not used to that. I kind of want to watch fucking, Forensic Files now or something. I kind of want to, let's watch Matrix. Doesn't mean I don't want to fuck after the movie's over, but damn it, dude, I haven't laid down in bed and watched a movie in 3 fucking weeks, okay? I've been plowing the field this whole time, which is fun, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun, but damn it, I want to do something else too. I haven't done anything else. That's all it is. I'm sure for women it's the same, But then again, who knows? Y'all have your periods and stuff, your cycles, where you're hornier during some times of the month and less horny during others, And we don't have that, But anyway, so Samantha says that the big mistake Carrie's making is not the farting, okay, is that she was acting human. She says men don't like women to act human. See, here comes the feminist speech, okay? Men don't like women to act human. Women, we're not allowed to fart. We're not allowed to douche. We're not allowed to use tampons, okay? And one time my boyfriend broke up with me because I forgot to bikini wax. That's not fucking true, okay? That is not fucking true. Not true at all, okay? Maybe some of those higher end guys, like Big or something like that, maybe they're like very control freaks and they have to micromanage everything that a woman does. I know like Elvis Presley was like that with Lisa Marie, well, not Lisa, with his wife. What the hell's her name now? But you know what I'm talking about. What the hell's her name? No, Lisa Maurice's daughter. Priscilla. Sorry, Priscilla. He was that way with Priscilla. Okay, but you gotta remember, she was like 14. He was 24 when they first got together. Okay, but he would micromanage her life. Like, she had to wear her hair a certain way. She had to look a certain way. She had to have certain clothes on all the time. He picked out her clothes. She wouldn't let her pick out her own wardrobe. Okay, that's control freak behavior. Okay, those guys are like that. Okay, they don't want to see you douching. They don't want to see your tampons. They don't want to see you with hair on your legs. They don't want to see you taking a shit. They don't want any of that stuff. Okay, but very few guys are like that, and most guys, we are not like that at all. Okay. When you've been with someone long enough, when you live with someone, okay, you've seen them. You've seen them on the toilet, okay? You've seen them with no makeup on, okay? You've seen them when they're sick, when they're depressed. You've seen them when they look like shit. You've seen them when they look beautiful. It's you've been with them when they farted, okay? So it's like, what the fuck? You exchange body fluids, okay? So it's like you're not strangers, okay? Like this is normal relation. I know you're not gonna see it in a chick flick, but it's the truth. It's real life. You know that. You know it's real life, okay? Yes. How many times have you seen your man taking a piss? Okay, all the time. How many times have I seen my girl, on the shitter, doing her business? All the time. It's like, we've had conversations like that where she's peeing on the toilet and I'm like shaving or something, So like. It happens, that's the real relationship. That's the part they don't show you, okay? But we all have been through it. We all know that. We all expect that. Most guys expect that. So unless you're married to like a fucking control freak or something like that, we're not gonna fault you for farting. We're not gonna fault you for, just being a human being, okay? That's how we relate to each other. We know that this fucking Hollywood shit is all bullshit, okay? The money, the clothes, the looks, the glamour, the popularity, that's all bullshit. It's something that attracts us, but once you've gotten what you want, okay, now the reality sets in. Okay, and the reality is that we don't want to fuck all the goddamn time. We don't look great all the goddamn time. Yes, we do take a shit. Yes, we do piss. Yes, we fart. Like human beings do that. So and we know that. Guys know that. Guys understand that. We know that. Okay, shit. Pretending that we don't. Blaming the lack of sex because you farted in front of your boyfriend. That's not gonna. I know that that's the way Carrie thinks. She's obsessed with this. There's something wrong with her for doing that, but it's not true. Okay, so anyway, Samantha decides to meet with the yoga instructor. They have coffee. He explains to her that he's actually celibate. He's practicing tantric celibacy, whatever the fuck that is. So he's completely immersed himself into fantasizing the anticipation of sex and then not having sex. He says it's better than having sex is the buildup of sex. Okay, like the getting horny part. Okay, well today we call it edging. Okay, the edging. Yeah, edging can be kind of cool. It can. But eventually you got to release, okay? And this guy says he hadn't had sex in 3 years. Well, fuck that noise, dude. I can't go 3 years without sex. Who the fuck's gonna go 3 years without sex? Get the fuck out of here. Especially when you're edging for 3 years. Nobody's gonna do that. You're gonna have an accidental orgasm if you try to do that stuff, okay? And he said he was obsessed with sex. He had sex 5-6 times a day. Like, what the fuck? No, you didn't, dude. No, you fucking didn't. Okay, but he's saying that, and now he doesn't. Now his life is better because he doesn't fuck anymore. Yeah, fuck you. You're talking to the wrong girl. But apparently that turns Samantha on. The idea of edging turns her on. They weren't calling it edging back then. But so that's her little like story arc this episode. Okay, so he says it's the best sex, but it's not. Okay, so Carrie talks to Charlotte, and it's not. And Charlotte tells her, well, not having sex with your boyfriend is not the most important thing. My boyfriend Kevin and I, we don't haven't had sex yet. We've been dating. He's a gentleman. He's courteous. He's polite. He takes me out on dates. He buys me dinner. Blah blah blah. This and that. We kiss, we snuggle, but we haven't had sex yet. He doesn't put the pressure on me, and I love that about him so much that he doesn't put so much pressure on me to have sex with him. And then Carrie meets him. He shows up at the restaurant. This guy Kevin, and guess what? Carrie fucked him. Shut up. What? So, yeah. I used to go out with him. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Okay, now we got a whole new topic going on here, but they make nothing out of it. Okay, I'm sorry if I was on a date with a girl, all right, and all of a sudden, sorry. Okay, if I was talking to one of my guy friends, okay, and he's telling me about his girlfriend, and all of a sudden I meet her, she shows up, and it's someone that I've already fucked. That has actually happened to me before. I'm gonna tell him, man. I'm gonna tell him straight out. I hooked up with her before. It was it was a while ago, but yeah, I hooked up with her. And I'm gonna honestly, ladies, I'm gonna be honest with you here. Okay, it all depends on the guy whether he's gonna be okay with it or not. Okay, most guys would not be okay with it. All right, I know I wouldn't. Okay, I don't want to be. I don't want to date someone that one of my friends has already dated. Okay, I never really wanted to be that person. Unfortunately, I have been in that situation a few times, and that's why I'm saying this. Okay, I don't want to. I choose my own sexuality. Okay, just like you do. Okay, and I choose that. I don't want. It's not a judgment thing. I just don't want to be with someone if my friends have already been with her. Okay, it's not something that turns me on. It's not something I don't want to look at her knowing that. Okay, I dated a girl once like that. She had dated my best friend a couple of years earlier before me, and I couldn't see her. I couldn't like lay there with her knowing that my best friend had already been with her. I didn't like that. It didn't make me feel good. I know it's an ego thing. You're just being immature. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Fuck, call it whatever you want. Okay, but just like you get to choose who you have sex with. Guess what? I get to choose who I have sex with. Okay. Okay, and whatever the reason is, that's my personal choice. None of your goddamn business. Okay, and my personal choice was I didn't want to be with someone like that. I don't want to be with someone that had been with someone that I already knew. Okay, that's just my choice. That's my personal choice. Okay, you don't have to agree with it. And apparently Charlotte had no problem with Carrie. Having dated this guy before. Charlotte just wanted to know why they quit dating, and she said, "Well, he's a sex maniac. He's always fucking all the time." So she's like, "Oh, he is." So he was repressing himself from me. Like he wanted to fuck me all the time, but he was holding that back because he wanted to respect me. So Charlotte, like, oh my God, he's such a gentleman. So later on, she's in the cab with him, and she's like, oh, you've been so courteous. I think it's time for us to do it. And she tells the cab driver, hey, we're only making one stop, okay? So anyway, so now they're in bed and they're about to have sex, but he doesn't want to have sex. He's not hard. He can't get hard, okay? And she doesn't understand. She goes, is it me? Is it me? Well, ladies, to be honest with you, sometimes it is you, okay? And sometimes it's him. And in this case, it's him, okay? But just so you know, yes, sometimes it is you, ladies, okay? I know that's not a good thing to say. I'm sorry. It's the truth, okay? It's just like with women. Sometimes with women, like whoever they're with can't get them off. When they deal with other guys that can't get them off, but this guy they're with right now can't do it, okay? It's the same thing for guys, ladies. I'm sorry, ladies, but it's true. Sometimes it is you, okay? That's just a part of sex life, when you have sex with more than one person, or just one, or it doesn't matter how many people, I guess, but if you've had a healthy sex life, you're going to come across this eventually, okay? There's no way around it, okay? Some people are better at sex than others, okay? Men and women, okay? What can I say about that, okay? Just because they're better at sex doesn't mean that they're better for you, and just because, they're lousy at sex doesn't mean they're good for you, who knows? I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say here. But the point is that, there's many different types. And someone who can satisfy one woman can't satisfy another, and vice versa. All right. So this guy can't do it, but he's got a reason why he can't perform. It's because he's been taking Prozac. He's on antidepressants. And the fact that it doesn't bother him that he can't perform is because he's on antidepressants. Okay. And he tells her that. He's like, oh, I'm on Prozac now. I can't really. Now, personally, if I was taking some sort of an antidepressant and that was making me go limp, I would tell her that before I even went in the bedroom. Okay, now this isn't some girl he just met. This isn't a one-night stand. This is a girl, he's been dating Charlotte for a few weeks now, according to Charlotte, okay? They spent a lot of intimate time together. They haven't had sex, but they had a lot of intimate time together. They've talked, they've romanced, they've done all that kind of stuff. So that's something I would have brought up. If it had been me, I would have told, hey, listen, you know what? I really have a hard time, getting aroused right now because I'm on this antidepressants. But if you'd like to, this weekend, I won't take any, and then we can go out, and do whatever you want, But the reason I'm taking this is because I get mood swings and I can be a real jerk off, when I'm not. But now that I take them, I don't have that problem anymore. But I got a new problem. So, but if you want, I can stop taking the pills so that we can have so we can get busy. That's what I would do if I was him. But of course, it wasn't a straight guy that wrote this episode. Okay, so no, this guy's just gonna keep it a secret until Charlotte's got to find out the hard way, pun intended. And he doesn't want to have sex with her, and it don't bother him. And she's like, okay, whoa, wait, he's not a sex maniac anymore because he's taking antidepressants. Okay. I don't know, man. You know what? There's other things to do. I know I'm not a doctor or nothing, but I know there's antidepressants out there that can take away your libido. You know what my antidepressant is? I go to the gym. I go run for 4 miles. Okay, that's my antidepressant. Okay? Or I make videos like this, like this. I like doing this. This is fun for me. I don't care if you watch it. I don't care if nobody watches it. I don't care if 1,000 people watch it. I don't care. This is fun for me. I like taking a stab at the matriarchy. I'm trying to stick up for the guys here. All right, who else is doing it? Who's gonna join me? Nobody, because no guys watch this show. Okay, anyway, moving right along. All right, so okay, so yeah, so before Charles, well, its answer is he's 6. All right, so I already explained that what happened. Okay, so Carrie notices that her neighbors are fucking like crazy, like they're at it, buck ass naked, and they're just going at right in front of the window with the drawers, with the blinds open so everybody can see. Okay, so Carrie's looking at this, and so what does she do? She's actually with Miranda talking, and Miranda came by to help her paint. Of course, Miranda says it's been 3 months and a week since I've had sex now, you know, and of course, you know, Carrie's like, oh, I never should have farted, blah, 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 you know. I think that's what happens, yeah. Samantha's is hard on. Okay. Oh, yeah, Carrie's name. Yeah. So she knows that her neighbors are doing it. Okay, so Carrie fucked them. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Charlotte, okay, yeah. So Carrie, Carrie notices that they're fucking. She's all like, "What the hell, dude? They're fucking, and I'm not fucking." So she calls Big and says, "I'm gonna come over." She puts on this tight, sexy dress and comes to visit Big at his place. So she meets him there, but he's obviously already preoccupied. Okay, he's like I mentioned a little while ago. Okay, like, you know what? He's been having sex with her straight for 3 weeks in a row. He's trying to reclaim his identity. He's trying to start doing some of the things that he likes to do. And right now he's trying to watch a pay-per-view boxing match. I don't remember what the match was, but he's trying to watch a pay-per-view boxing match, which means that it's on live. That means it's happening in real time, okay? So Carrie decides that this is the moment that she wants to fuck him while he's trying to watch his pay-per-view boxing match, okay? That is the worst time to try to fuck a guy, okay? Is when he's in the middle of something that he's actually invested in, you know? Like if I went to if I did, remember when the pandemic first started, remember, like, you couldn't go to the theaters anymore, and you had to, like, if you want to see a new release, you had to buy it online, you know? So the day that it opened, you know, it crashed the internet because everyone was buying the movies, you know, which was completely overpriced. But like, my girl's like, you know, hey, you know, I just bought a movie, and I was like, oh my God, I've been waiting. I can't go to the theater to go see it now, so they're going to release it online. So as soon as it gets released that morning, I'm buying it, I'm going to watch it. Well, of course she wants to fuck. Like, no, not right now. You know, I'm trying to watch this, you know. Oh, there's something wrong with me. Okay, never mind. I'll just leave you alone, you fucking asshole. You know, no, it's the timing. The intent, well, nothing wrong with the intent. Carrie just should have waited. She should have waited till the match was over, okay? He was already doing something when she got there, okay? Not everything that we do in life do we just want to stop doing it so that we can fuck. He was enjoying this boxing match. He wanted to see who was going to win. He's probably a boxing fan like I am, you know? He's a sports fan. He wants to see the game. Don't ever try to fuck your guy in the middle of a Super Bowl or when they're doing when they're in the middle of a timeout. Okay, or when they're in overtime. You never try to fuck your guy when he's watching a game and they're in overtime or sudden death or anything like that. You never try to do that, okay? Never try to do that. That is the worst fucking time, okay? And yes, it works the other way around, dude. I tried to fuck my girlfriend while we were watching the last episode of Game of Thrones, and she just shoved me up. Fuck you! I'm trying to watch this right now. Yes. Okay, so yes, it happens to us too, okay? That's the only thing that Carrie did wrong. She just tried to fuck him while he was, you know, trying to watch his sports, you know? And Big acted like a man here. I swear to God, he did. He's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Can't get the fuck off me. Can't you see I'm trying to watch something? And then Carrie loses her, you know? Big acted like a man right there. He didn't. Okay, it wasn't the best thing to do, okay? But hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day, and Big acted like a guy right there. And yes, I'm going to admit it right now. I'm just calling it right now. Yes, I would have said and done the exact same thing, okay? So yes, they got it right. They got it right, okay? Finally, I can say that. Yes, they got it right. The guy really would do that. He really would say that. Okay, that they got it right. So Carrie's all butthurt now, okay, and she leaves, okay, and Big doesn't go after her. Why doesn't he go after her? Maybe because he's trying to watch the fucking boxing game. That's why. Because that was his plan. You just like showed up out of nowhere and decided right now I want to fuck you. Well, hey, I'm doing something right now. At least wait till it's over. Okay, anyway. So that happens, you know, and yeah, that was very realistic. They got it right. Yes, they got it right. No bullshit flag here. They got that part right. Okay, now let's get to the bullshit flag. All right, so Carrie thinks, well, I'm not perfect, whatever. So Samantha gets sexually frustrated. She's trying to edge, you know. whatever. So Miranda gets catcalled while she's going to the Blockbuster, gets construction worker across, and they're catcalling her while she's returning her videos, and it bothers her. So she goes to Carrie's apartment, painting, and she notices they're talking about this, and of course Carrie's like, it's because I farted. I know it's because I farted. And Miranda's actually giving her some good advice. She's being a friend. She's like, hey, instead of you trying to act so perfect around Big, why don't you just be yourself? I like you the way you are. Okay, but of course she's not trying to fuck her. That's why she can be herself, because they're not trying to fuck each other, okay? But Carrie doesn't feel like she can be herself around Big. She's afraid of that. She's afraid of showing Big what she's really like, I can understand that, but in 3 weeks in, if you want a relationship with this guy, you're gonna have to realize, okay, that you can't pretend to be someone you're not. Okay, the longer you spend with this guy, the more the cracks in the armor are gonna start to appear, okay? Hence the farting. The farting's a big part of that. It's symbolic. It's not the reason, it's symbolic. It's you're telling him, okay, listen, I'm not this perfect girl you think I am. Okay, I have faults too. And here's one of them, I farted. Oh my God, you just saw something that I didn't want you to see about me. You see what I mean? So Miranda's actually giving her good advice here. So kudos to Miranda. She's a bitch, but at least she's giving her good advice. Hey, just let her see, who you are. Okay, then when they switch the topic, they look across the window, the neighbors are still fucking. They're still fucking the exact same way they were earlier in the episode. So what do? They get the other girls in there, okay? So now just try to imagine this, okay? So they're fucking hot and heavy, right? Apparently this guy's got a hard on that lasts forever. And they're fucking hot and heavy. Miranda notices it. Carrie's been noticing it. And they call the other girl. So now Charlotte shows up. And now Samantha shows up. And they're all eating there. And they're all watching. Okay. And of course, the couple does not notice that anyone's watching them. Even though their fucking window's wide open. And anybody can see this. And they're still fucking exactly the way they were. Now, I don't know how much time it takes for Charlotte and Samantha to show up at the apartment. But apparently, they're still fucking exactly like they were. So you're like, what the fuck is this? Okay. I'm sorry, it's just not realistic. They would have taken a break by now. Or they're all saying, oh my God, he's still hard. He's still hard. He's still hard. No one's saying hey, what about her pussy? Can she how much more of this can she take? I mean, have you ever tried fucking for 2 hours straight without stopping? Okay, it takes a toll on you. It does. I don't know if this was 2 hours or 2 minutes. I don't know. All we know is all the girls show up after Carrie calls and they're all there and the couple is still fucking. They haven't stopped. And that's just not realistic to me. That's just kind of dumb. They're trying to make a joke out of it, and it's just dumb. Okay, Ripley don't believe that shit. I don't believe that shit. All right. They would have taken a break. They would have gone to the bathroom. They would have gotten a drink of water. Something would have happened. They would have stopped fucking for whatever reason and started up again. They're not playing it like that. They're playing they've been fucking the whole time. No, get the fuck out of here. All right. Once again, feminists and gay guys writing episodes. All right. So Miranda gets catcalled. She's tired of that. Masturbation. Miranda says something stupid like, oh my God, I've been playing with myself so much, I have carpal tunnel syndrome now. I was like, oh my God, if I'm after 4 months without sex, I'm gonna fuck one of you. Okay, that's kind of funny. All right. Miranda gets called again, going to the Blockbuster video again. And one thing I noticed that they have the Full Monty poster, that movie, The Full Monty. Have you never seen that movie, The Full Monty? That's a funny movie. It's a British guy directed it. So a lot of famous British actors are in it, The Full Monty. It came out in the 90s. I think it got nominated for some Academy Awards. It's very funny. It's about a bunch of average guys that they're out of work, they're unemployed, so they decide to make some money by being male strippers. It's actually a pretty good movie. It's actually pretty funny. The Full Monty, yeah, check it out. But the only reason I'm bringing it up is that at the front of the Blockbuster video, there's a big poster of it there. I mean, it's like they're advertising the movie. I think the movie came out at the same time this episode aired. So yeah, they're promoting the movie, okay? The Full Monty, which is a funny movie, okay? So anyway, the construction worker is like, hey, I got what you need, baby, right here, right here. Okay, and she's like, oh yeah, well, I want to get fucked. He's like, hey, I'm married, baby. Hey, relax, I'm married. Oh, come on, So his catcalling was just an act. It was just a show. I know some guys catcall. I've never catcalled myself, but I'm sure it happens, It's always the stereotypes, always a construction worker catcalling a girl, whatever. And the girls don't like it. And rightfully so, whatever. Okay, so Samantha, she's tired of flirting with the yoga instructor. So she just starts asking guys in her yoga class while they're doing yoga. Hey, do you want to fuck? And one guy's like, huh? And then she asks the other guy, do you want to fuck? And he's like, yeah. But she says it out loud. Yeah, okay. Hey, ladies, okay? You're not fucking fooling anyone, okay? All right? We're not fooling anyone when we do this, okay? Listen, if there's a straight guy in your fucking yoga class, he's not there to learn yoga. He's there to fuck, okay? He's there to pick up a girl and fuck her. More than one if he can, okay? That's the only reason straight guys go to yoga class, is to get laid, okay? I know. There's a secret right there, okay? But I'm sure you didn't know that. You needed me to tell you that, okay? Yes, they're there. That's why they're there, okay? You really fucking think we want to do this shit? Okay, so Charlotte can't get Kevin hard. Because she's doing it all wrong. She's like, what the fuck is that, dude? You're trying to rip it off, man. Like, what the fuck? The chafing alone gives me nightmares. She's doing it all wrong. That's not how you get a guy hard, okay? That ain't the way to do it. It's not a fucking jackhammer, okay? Anyway, he can't get hard. She's pissed off. He's like, hey, would you rather I be an asshole fuck machine that's supposed to fuck every woman all the goddamn time? Or would you rather be nice and polite and sweet and gentle? She's like, no, I'd rather be a fuck machine. And she leaves him. Okay, so much for Kevin. We're never going to see him again. All right. So, and I can understand, like, you gotta choose. Like I said, I already told you what I would have done. I would have told her, hey, listen, I'll quit taking the pills if you want to do it this weekend or something like that. Okay, so Big finally shows up at Carrie's apartment, and he's never been there before. And she's like, well, why didn't you call? And he's like, well, why didn't you call? Exactly. I had a girl try that to me once. Like, how come you don't call me? I was like, probably the same reason you don't call me. Yeah, exactly. Suspicious lies. Yes, absolutely. I'm on your level now. So anyway, she said, why didn't you call me? Well, why didn't you call me? And she's like, whoa, you finally invited me here. And she's like, I didn't invite you. She didn't invite him. He just showed up out of the blue. He's like, yeah, I know you didn't invite me. Anyway, he's still there looking around. Obviously, she's painting the place, And you see where they're going with here? Okay. Here she is afraid of not being human, but she's not showing him anything. She's afraid that she's not perfect, but she hasn't shown him anything. He's got to bust down her door, metaphorically, to see what she's really like. That's a good point right there. He's pointing out to her like, yeah, you never invited me to your place. You're fucking at my place all the goddamn time because I got the $500 bed sheets. But you never invited me to your place. I didn't know you lived like this. I didn't know where you lived. You haven't exactly shown me anything about yourself, but you've seen a lot about me. No wonder they're having intimacy issues. And that's a good point. This is the kind of thing that a guy that's into you wants to know. He wants to know where you live. I had a girlfriend once, dude. I didn't know where the fuck she lived. She was always at my place. I never even been to her place. Later on I found out why I was never invited there because she was with somebody. She lived with somebody. I didn't know about it. It wasn't my fault. I didn't know about it. Okay. But, that's why, like, of course, you want, this is how you find out, So anyway, and Carrie's got the David Bowie Ziggy Stardust t-shirt on, which is here or there. I guess he's still popular. God bless him. I know he passed away. Okay, so, he says he didn't, she never invited him, but they're there. He likes the apartment the way it is. She's like trying to change everything out. Well, I like it the way it is. You don't have to change anything. Metaphor. Because she's like, I'm sorry, I was having a meltdown. He's like, what was that with you walking out on me the other day? He's like, oh, I was having a meltdown. He's okay. He says, well, nothing, neighbors fucking. He notices that neighbors are fucking. And she's thinking to herself, yeah, well, we're not fucking. He looks at her and he's like, well, now that he's more comfortable with her, he's like, well, we can outdo them. And then they get together. And that's kind of cool, all right? It's just, so normal can feel pretty uncomfortable. It can, and I'm glad they did this episode. Now we're getting into the heart of the relationship part, which is good, okay? Let your guards down, show you who you really are, okay? Good episode. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will be back to you when I review the next episode. Thank you.